Welcome in. Good afternoon. It's the Ticket Punchers here on 96.1 FM, 1450 AM, Big X Sports Radio. Thank you all so much for tuning in. Thank you all so much listening here today as we take you guys down till 6 o'clock like we do here a handful of the days throughout the week. Just wrapped up Mike Rutherford's show as him and Matt Childress were out at Shack in the back. If you were able to go out there and see them, we are now going to be taking you down till 6 o'clock. But we're going to be continuing on some Louisville chatter here in just a bit as we get Mr. Curtis Phillips Jr., our co-host here on the show, a.k.a. Philly Picks, his take on Louisville and their matchup against Georgia Tech tomorrow. Before we do that, we want to let the listeners know we want your thoughts in, we want your questions in, and we want your wagers, your punches, whatever it may be that you're going to be taking tonight in the sports betting room on our game day men's health text line at 502-414-1450. Philly Picks, how are you today, sir? We had a pretty interesting night last night on the books for the Ticket Punchers, and I'm ready to get back active tonight and actually turn those good reads into some consistent wins. Philly, how are you today?
Doing good, Roman. Doing good. Glad to be back actually on the radio. It's been a week now, so excited to get our picks out for this weekend. So I'm doing good.
Yes, it is feeling really good to be back on the radio. We spent some time, obviously different things coming up in this time of the year with high school basketball, college basketball games, all the different things that the Big X has partnerships with. Sometimes the 5:30 slate does get moved around a bit, multiple days in a week, and that's happened to us here lately. But we're going to get back on our regularly programmed schedule. No J.R. Anderson with us today as he is still out working. He's out in the field doing things for his personal work and not going to be able to join the show, but we've still got his picks. We've got his punches. Philly, let's discuss what the NBA action looked like last night before we get into anything else, because there are a lot of college basketball games that we have to discuss about this weekend, more so tomorrow than today. Purdue in action today with Indiana coming to visit them, but 1, 2, 3, and 4 seeds playing each other tomorrow, and we're going to be giving, I'm sure, a good amount of punches on those games. But Philly, NBA gets started back last night. I don't even really think there was like a highlight moment of the night, but there was a lot of good basketball being played, and it kind of what felt like the first night in a while where everything that happened was kind of something that was supposed to happen outside of maybe that Nuggets game right at the end in terms of the performances from the teams and the players within those teams and their individual performances. We were right there from having nearly a perfect night as we missed the Nuggets money line. Jamal Murray with 3. I mean, let's talk about the full game scenario here on what happened. We took the Nuggets money line yesterday. This was an official punch of mine, but we knew that we were all kind of feeling the Nuggets money line as well. They go up early. They let the Clippers come back. They go up again after that. They let the Clippers come back, and then they let them establish the lead on their home floor in a game in which Jokic just was not being aggressive until literally they're down 3 possessions and it's the end of the game. And he's like, wait a minute, I've got the best matchup on the floor. I mean, he was rebounding the basketball well all night long. I don't know what was up with that Denver offense. They defended better than they typically do, which was weird. I felt like they weren't having a normal Denver Nuggets basketball type of night. And he gets fouled with 0.9 seconds to go from the three-point line, down 3, makes the first 2 free throws and misses the third to force overtime. This was like punch the TV worthy here on this one, Philly. If you watched the entire game and just you knew that the Nuggets had it in the first half with the way that they're performing. If they continue on that performance, they do for about halfway through the third, and they just make it an even kind of back and forth game from there. Tough loss on the official punch category last night for us with this one, Philly. Talk us through what you saw in that game.
Yeah, I'm going to be honest. I didn't watch most of the game. I ended up falling asleep a little bit early, but when I woke up.
It was late. It was a 10:40 tip-off. That's just – those are the worst.
Yeah, it's hard to stay up for those West Coast games, especially on weekdays for me. So,
but I'm in bed, girlfriend asleep, and because I've got the Nuggets money line, I'm like sitting here watching with my phone. Teeth are already brushed because it's almost 2 a.m. and it's just ridiculous that they still can do that for those late games. But go ahead, Philly.
Yeah, I wake up and I'm checking my little parlay slip, and then I just noticed all I need is Nuggets, and it's about 3 minutes left. I believe they're down 4, so I'm like, I got to tune in because in late game situations, and it's the Nuggets, you tend to if you're on the Nuggets side, you tend to gain a little bit of confidence. You just know what Jokic can do on that offensive end. You know they can string along some stops to at least give them a chance, and that's
Clutch
exactly
scorer in Jamal Murray.
Yeah, that's exactly what happened. I checked the box score and I saw Jamal Murray did struggle for most of that game, but he ended up scoring the last 5 points, I want to say, for the Nuggets. So he picked it up, and yeah, once
he gave him a chance for sure.
Gave him a chance, and yeah, once he got fouled on the three, he makes the first two, and I'm like, oh yeah, we're about to go to
we're
OT.
Good. We're money.
Third one rims out, and I'm like, oh, at least get a tip up there, and then Jokic quite couldn't get a hand up.
With
and
that much time left, you don't expect them to get one.
And apparently that's the second time that's happened this season where Jamal Murray could have tied it to go to OT. So that stings a little bit, but yeah.
It's weird when like clutch players have a moment. It's always the free throw line. And you look at the three he hit before to get them, because they start playing the foul game. They go from down 5, down 3, whatever. And he hits the three to make it a one-possession game, and and then they get the stop. And you're thinking, oh my goodness. I mean, they even foul. They foul when they don't have to. Tim Hardaway Jr. fouls when they're up 2.
Yeah.
With 26 seconds left, forces it into a 4-point game, and they still get it in within a one-possession game. And you're thinking, well, if Jamal Murray has just done this at the end of the game, there's no way he misses these free throws, right? And he does. Cost us the Nuggets money line, and that's NBA betting sometimes. That's the – I mean, I call it the fun in it. That's the fun in it. That's the excitement. Yeah. Obviously took a couple of other things. If you straight bet some other props, that's why we take player props, because you can have a performance that you expect and still not have the outcome. We didn't think Jokic was going to get to the 11 assists. We thought the Nuggets were going to win. Jokic doesn't get to the 11 assists. Nuggets don't win. And that's just how it goes sometimes. So that's why we also dabble with the player props as well. You can't always mess with the teams in the NBA in 2026 because it can go south real quick at the end of a game like that. But that's the fun in it. That's the fun in trying to figure out the good plays and the good punches that give you the best accuracy. Philly, another game last night that was very exciting, at least for a bit, for bettors, I should say, were the Pistons Knicks. And I say it's exciting because it was exciting in the sense that it was unexpected. No.
But was it? We was on that Pistons side. Was we not on that Pistons side at first?
We were, and my initial instinct. It's funny because Mike Rutherford asked me yesterday at the very end of the show, "Who do you like, Pistons, Knicks?" And I said, "Give me the Pistons." And he said, I said, "I'm taking the Knicks. I don't know." And then I looked into it a little bit more. I was like, "Oh well, yeah, Duran suspended, Isaiah Stewart suspended. There's no way the Knicks are going to let them go on path to looking like they're going to sweep this series." Knicks have looked like they've been the not going to say true Knicks, but at least better on their home floor. They started to look like they did back in the beginning of the season on their home floor again, outside of the Pacers game. And we were wrong. We were initially right, and we changed our opinions based on the circumstances for this game. And we should have just trusted in Cade Cunningham, the best point guard in the NBA right now. He's trying to make that claim for the best American basketball player right now, and he's definitely put himself in that category as the Pistons now solidify themselves as the best record in the NBA, with Shea being out right now, Ant being in a market like Minnesota where it's got to be perfect for that to be a contending kind of a team, right? This is Cade's league to grab, I feel like, a little bit. Philly, am I wrong?
You're totally right. I mean, the Pistons, it doesn't matter who's on the floor all season. They've been without Cade one game, been without Jalen Duren missed all 3 Knicks games, yet they won by 15-plus points.
They have an 85-point differential or whatever in those games.
Versus the Knicks. It's insane. So all these guys that you wouldn't expect to step up are stepping up. Duncan Robinson, Tobias Harris, Paul Reed, Jenkins, the backup point guard, you name it. So this Pistons team, as much as we don't want to believe in them, they might be for real. And it's still – I know it's still tough to see them in a Eastern Conference Finals, in a Finals, but maybe this could be the year.
I feel like crazy. Eastern Conference Finals has now become the expectation, even if you don't believe that they can win it all. And I still don't. I still think that at the 2 or 3 best teams in the West at full strength are better than the Pistons at full strength. I think in the East, though, at full strength now, with what these Knicks have become at this point in the season, where if they don't have an amazing first quarter, they're not going to have a great game at this point. If Jalen Brunson's not on from the very start of the game, he's probably going to have an inefficient night. And Cat, I mean, yeah, he's defending well. You don't know which Cat you're going to get. Yeah. You don't know if you're going to get the 30-point Cat that's shooting, 10 for 15 from the field. He's hit 4 from 6 from 3, and he's grabbed 10 rebounds, and he's also got a block, and he's not complaining, and he's got that look on his face. Or you're going to get the Cat that's 16 points, below 50%. He's 2 for 6 from 3, and he's got 4 turnovers, and he's complained more than Cristiano Ronaldo in the Saudi Arabian league. Like it's tough watching the Knicks when the Brunson's not on and Cat's playing that kind of a game. And I don't think you get that with the Pistons. So I'm going to start shifting my belief. I'm not going to believe this is a team that can win the final just because we know what happens when you look at these young teams that have these guys. It takes them a couple of years. It usually takes losing in the playoffs to know that you're a team that is going to approach that hump, right? That hump being usually a conference finals type of team. Kind of like with Ant, lost in the playoffs, goes the next season, gets to the conference finals. You kind of expect them to have a better season than the last couple of years, but it's just not really gone there for them. They lost last season. East has kind of opened up. They have proven to be the best team when dealing with injuries, right?
Right.
When they don't have the starting 5, their set starting 5, they've got the best record in the NBA still without that set starting 5. And that's kind of what you look for in a team that's going to be successful. So I'm going to start kind of shifting my expectation on the Pistons just a bit. I know that the Celtics are still looking like a team that can make some noise even without Tatum. I think when that star power is lacking come playoff time, it can be tough. But then you look at this Pistons side outside of Cade, they're just getting that energy and that effort level from multiple players every night. It's not like they've got a second guy going out there and averaging 30. So it's going to be an interesting Eastern Conference playoffs, I think, when you look at some of these teams that are starting to show that they're going to be the top teams in the East. Pistons kind of seeming like they're like a whole tier above those other teams. So I'm going to start believing in them a little bit here more so. I believed in Cade. It was never Cade Cunningham. I just thought young core like that, not a lot of experience outside of Tobias Harris. They need to lose together before they win together. And maybe they just need 1 year of losing together. I just typically teams good. This is their first true serious season being good from start to finish, right? Mm-hmm. And we saw what happened with the Thunder 2 years ago when you could kind of say that about them. Mm-hmm. Lost in the second round. Takes teams a minute. So I don't see them winning it all this season, but if they keep that core together, they maybe add one more young piece, those Pistons should be here to stay with the way that Cade Cunningham is kind of unleashing at this point in his career. All right, Mr. Philly Picks. What did the record go officially last night for you?
Yeah, we had 3 plays last night. Unfortunately, one of them was void. My baseball pick did get canceled due to a rain out. So we go 1-1, both in the same game. We had Rockets and Hornets under that 216.5, which came through. And then Alperen Sengun. You questioned it. You was right, Roman. I had his over 8.5 rebounds, and this guy, I mean, he finished with 2. I watched majority of that game, and
he's banned.
Yeah, he's on that ban list, I think. He was boxing out Kalkbrenner, but wasn't going for the rebounds. I didn't understand it at all. So,
and I know they kind of do some tactical stuff like that. Like when Sengun's in the game and they're playing the bigger lineup with Jabari Smith, it's kind of like whoever's closest to the big box out, everybody attack the glass, right? Yeah. That's why they kind of have a lot of guys averaging a mid-level of rebounds, even though they're not a great rebounding team because they don't have that guy that's consistently grabbing a bunch every night. Mm-hmm. We got to stay away from Sengun. I think we've got to stay away from those Rockets altogether. Every game that they're favored in by more than 5 or 6 points, they play them close, it feels like.
Oh, yeah.
Close games, you can't trust that offense. I mean, I look at the under on every Rockets game now. And the books have started to catch on because they were sitting at 223s, 221s just a couple of months ago. Now they're rarely getting over 220. It's 217.5, this and that, because they are a great defensive team still. Offensively, though, when you're not a great offensive team and you're a bad offensive team, I mean, when you're a good defensive team and not a great offensive team, typically the other team's not going to score a lot either because you're having the ball more and you're not scoring. It's going to be a low-scoring game. Kevin Durant, he's doing his thing, but you don't know what you're going to get out of any other Rockets player on any given night. They need to do something with Reed Shepherd. They need to find more ways to incorporate him into that offense as much as possible. Ime Udoka, you're a defensive-minded coach. Find a way to hide your worst defender on the floor. You should know how to do that. You should be good at doing things like that as a defensive-minded coach. It's gotten to see a different variety of rosters now and gotten to see successful championship caliber defense, right? You should be able to go and create different ways for Reed Shepherd to go out there and get going, I think, more so going forward. But I don't know. Sengun's not the answer for their problems down low. They need to figure that out. I lost his money on his boards 3 plays in a row. I stopped taking them.
Yeah.
I mean, 8.5, 8+ was minus 220 last night. You know how many people probably lost money on that? That's just Sengun. We got to stay away. I go 3-1, 2-1 last night. We hit the Jalen Johnson over 21.5 points. I mean, we need to go back and maybe look at the record on every Jalen Johnson prop. The Jalen Johnson props on the ticket punchers have got to be like in the 85+ hit rate because we just consistently find the good matchups for him and exploit those, whether it's points or rebounds or both, like you've hit as well sometimes this season. We hit the K Cunningham 25+. I think we all liked that one last night. And that one was minus 113 when we took it, minus 120 by the time the game hit. He had 24.5. And then we hit the Nuggets money line, or we missed the Nuggets money line to prevent the 3-0 night, unfortunately. But, Curtis, we do hit the triple punch. Cash the triple punch parlay. We've had a couple of we've been on 2-1. We've been on a 2-1 streak for about 4 or 5 triple punches. We have, this is our 3rd hit in February, I believe, which in 20 days, that's pretty good success. It's tough because a 2-1 night gets chalked up to an L, but that's still a lot of very, very close calls. And we do get the pretty much a no sweat last night with the Celtics covering easily the 3.5, Jokic going way below the 10.5 assists. Great call there on that one, Curtis. And then Harrison hit a bit late, but it still wasn't that sweaty with the Harrison Barnes 9.5 points and rebounds because he got a lot of boards early. So it was just getting those points in later. Excited to get our triple punch out here today. But before we do that, let's talk college basketball. Mr. Philly Picks, our lovely college handicapper for both sports, 3 sports. You're like a tri-college athlete handicapper, at least in the college ranks with both college football, college basketball, and now NCAA baseball starting back up. Before we get into any baseball you might have, Philly, Cards are playing tomorrow. It's senior day, 2:15 on the CW, which is a rough time for a senior day at the end of the day. I don't like that the senior day is also not the last home game of the season. I wanted to get your opinion on that. I understand not trying to do it on your last home game because that's a game in which you play at Tuesday at 9 p.m. It's supposed to be your last home game. You cared all about that?
Yeah, I always thought senior day would definitely be like your senior night on the last home game. So that does seem a little bit odd. That's just my small
little bit weird,
but yeah.
I agree. I mean, they're gonna find a way to get as many family members and people in there as possible. If that means doing it tomorrow, then so be it. This is a good spot though for the Cards to get back to, I don't want to say get back right because offensively, I thought we played a great game against SMU. Then defensively, I think there were some bad moments, but from start to finish, I don't think we played a bad defensive game, which may sound crazy when you're talking about a performance where we allowed 95 points. In my rewatch, Curtis, they hit so many tough shots, and they hit so many of those tough shots from two. There were a lot of 2-point tough shots that they made. We forced them into tough threes, and they missed a lot of those tough threes. Yes, there was a handful of open threes that they just didn't make. But ultimately, I thought that we played a good defensive game against a great offensive team. Sometimes it just, you have a weak defensive link in Isaac McNeely, which I hate to put a name on that, but we know it. He's not the best defender. And in a system like this where we need to be aggressive with our on-ball defending out of the perimeter, he's just not that. And they kind of tried to take advantage of him a lot, off ball especially. They ran him around. He's just not been able to guard those kinds of offenses. And we saw kind of the result of that. I still am not going to be mad at a game in which we scored 85 points, we hit more threes, and we had 12 second-half turnovers. I'm angry at the turnovers. Cut those second-half turnovers in half, we probably win this game, if not have it really, really close right there, a one-possession game coming down to the final seconds, which would have made me feel even better. Even in a loss. I think Cards bounce back here. 3.5 points, Curtis, because that's a big line. Yes, it's on your home floor. Yes, it's senior day, but I still just think that even the worst team in the ACC can still play a close half. And I think it's right there in that 17-20 kind of a range in which we win. Any worry about the Cards not winning this game at all, Curtis, going up against the literal?
Yeah, I don't think we'll have any problem. Do I think we can win by 24? Certainly. Do I feel comfortable laying the 23.5? Not at all. But yeah, our offense has been really great the last 4 or 5 or so games. We know what we're getting out of Michael now, shooting better shots. He's been great defensively as well. He's grabbing 3-4 steals each game in the last handful of games. And I think that's a great point, Roman. I don't think we played terrible defensively against SMU either. That's the top ACC scoring team. And we had a lot of live ball turnovers, which I think killed us, led to a lot of fast break points as well. And like you said, they hit a lot of tough shots that game. So I don't think we played terribly defensively either. But yeah,
just didn't take care of the basketball well enough.
Right. Yeah. So yeah, no worries of losing versus Georgia Tech. Although it's kind of weird with them. They'll get blown out, but they'll also play tough teams close as well on the road. Lose the 10 to Miami, you beat NC State outright at NC State. Played
worst loss in the ACC, worst loss of an ACC team.
Yeah, you played Georgia close. Like they've played some close games, but there's no worry. I don't think that we'll lose this game. So
yeah, I'm with you. I'm with you on that. Looking at the other matchups in the college basketball realm this weekend, Philly. A few games tonight, Purdue, Indiana, St. Louis in action tonight as well. But the heavy hitters are tomorrow. Before I get into just the overall opinions on your takes on these games, do you have a pick? Do you have any official punches on any top 25 teams in action this today or tomorrow?
Yeah, I have one for tonight. The Purdue.
Let's go ahead and drop that. Drop that official punch, Philly picks.
Let's do it. I like Purdue to bounce back. I know, Roman, you're team that you're not too fond of, but
I got them winning tonight.
Yeah. I'm gonna drop that minus 10.5 with Purdue. It's a little scary. Obviously, against a rival team, you didn't look that you came out not looking great against a very good Michigan team, but maybe it was a possible look ahead to this game. Obviously, going against your rival, one of your last few home games. Your seniors, Fletcher Lawyer, Braden Smith, Coffin Wren, I think they'll be up for this game. You already lost to Indiana on their home floor. I think they come back and handle business tonight at home. You have almost a week off after this game, so I think Purdue does enough to win by 11 tonight. So that'll be my first official punch is that Purdue minus 10.5.
I don't have any officials in tonight's matchups in college basketball. I do have 2 NBA officials for tonight, Philly. I'm dropping the LeBron James 20-plus points. And this is because we're fresh off the All-Star break. We heard of all of the chatter about LeBron and next season, the kind of same stuff that happened this time last year, right? He's going to come out and perform in that first game out of the All-Star break, going up against the Clippers team that does have, they played last night. They're not on fresh legs. I think that him, Luka, AR, they're all playing tonight. LeBron gets to that 20-plus points. AR's near that triple-double kind of a night, and Luka is as well with his 28-plus points. But give me Bron on the 20-plus. He is sitting at minus 113 right now, so that has dropped on the odds. We caught it at minus 122 earlier, I believe, and now down to minus 113, which is all right. That's going to be the first play we drop in the NBA tonight on our official punch. Nuggets are in action tonight, Philly, and I think they win. I think they bounce back against the Blazers tonight, but I'm not going to bet on the non-fresh legs here in this one just for the sake of what that could look like. What we are going to take, though, Philly, and this one's a bit weird, but I'm rocking with the Zion Williamson over 6.5 rebounds going up against the Bucks. They just have such a fluctuating rotation right now. Zion, when he's healthy, he's one of the most efficient players in the league. And they're playing hard right now, trying to see if they can get up into one of those play-in spots and stay there. Give me the Zion Williamson 7+ rebounds for tonight as well. What else you got on the weekend, Philly? Or any NBA tonight as well?
Yeah, I don't as of right now, I don't have any official punches on the weekend. There's a few games I'm eyeing. Obviously, the Michigan Duke is the first one that jumps off the page. I do lean Michigan to not handle Duke, but I do think they cover that 2.5. I know it's at a neutral site, I believe in Washington, D.C., but I think the size of Michigan can disrupt Duke. I think this could be one of those games where Cameron Boozer struggles, and he hasn't done much of that this season. I know that, but with Michigan's size and depth on the bench, I think they'll have enough to pull that game out. But as far as official punches go, I'll start off tonight in college baseball. I like Kansas State going up against Auburn. They're playing in the same tournament as Louisville, playing in Globe Life Field in Texas. I think they get the job done as a slight underdog. They're plus 100. And I just haven't liked how Auburn has looked. A top 10 team, but built on offense, but they haven't been doing much scoring since the season started. Kansas State has been doing a lot of that, and I think they put some runs up versus Auburn. So that'll be my second official punch, and then I also like Michigan State plus 4.5, also at plus 100, going up against Texas, who I am very high on. But we just saw this Michigan State team come into Louisville and win the series versus us, win the first two games, and they look pretty impressive, putting up a boatload of runs. I think they can do a similar to what they did versus Louisville last weekend. Texas, very good pitching, but I think 4.5 runs is a little bit too much for a team that can put up some runs too. So I like those will be two official punches from the college baseball tip for me.
I like those, Philly. I've got a couple more official punches on the weekend. These are our two Saturday plays, both in the college basketball ranks. I'm going UConn money line over Villanova, 2.5-point favorites. I bet this line goes up before that game does get underway tomorrow. And then I got Alabama money line against LSU. They're on straight up sitting at about a minus 285 on the money line. That's kind of more of a parlay piece. I do like the minus 5.5 on the spread as well. We're going to make the Bama money line an official punch. I think they bounce back, or not bounce back. They did get that big victory over Arkansas, but going on the road, I don't think they let up against one of the worst teams in the SEC and LSU. Sunday punch, Liverpool money line in the soccer rinks, going up against Nottingham Forest on the road. I think that Liverpool, with the way that they've been performing right now as of late, trying to get back up into that top 5. I think this is a good spot for them here in this one to go up against one of the worst teams in the Premier League and get a win at minus 120 here as the road team. So those are going to be my officials here as well. Philly, we're going to wrap things up here on the radio side of things, but stay tuned. We're going to be on YouTube still and on X still and get that triple punch parlay out for you guys, which will get posted on X as well. Philly, this is going to wrap us up here on the Ticket Punchers. Let them know. Let's go punch those tickets.
Let's punch those tickets.
All right, Philly. Let's get that triple punch piece out.
Let's do it.
All right. I'm going. So let's let JR's triple punch for tonight is the Rudy Gobert over 11.5 points.
Yep, he dropped that yesterday. Yep.
He was going to tell us he was going to drop that. That's at minus 104. If I'm being honest, on the triple punch parlay aspect of it, I wouldn't mind this at 10 plus.
That's what he took yesterday too. He took, or no, yeah, he took either 9.5 or 10.5.
I thought it was 10.5 yesterday.
Yeah, he took 9.5 or 10.5 yesterday, but he also said he would take 11.5. But yeah, that was an official punch. But yeah, if it's fine with him, then yeah, if he wants to see if we can alternate that down.
Philly, we've got a question for you here in the chat on YouTube.
Okay, let's hear it.
Opinions on Alabama this college baseball season. What do you think of Bama this season?
I'm gonna be honest. I am not high on Bama at all. They've been struggling to score. This is also a team like Auburn, built on offense, but really has not been that impressive at the plate. Pitching's been decent, But obviously you have one of the best players in all of college baseball in Justin LeBron, but outside of that, you don't got a lot of guys that are stringing along hits. I'm not a big fan of Alabama this year. I think they'll be towards the bottom of the loaded SEC this season. So yeah, I'm not big on Bama this season.
I like it. I'm gonna have to look into more SEC baseball. I've really only been paying attention to the ACC teams, if I'm being honest.
Yeah,
trying to get a feel for them and know what to expect when they come and see Louisville or when Louisville goes to see them. So I'll be tapping into the SEC here in the next week or so.
Yeah.
Good question there. Shout out Darrell Turner on the chat on the YouTube side of things, giving us a listen, tuning in, and getting his questions in as well. We really appreciate that, Daryl. All right, Philly, back to our triple punch, though. We're going to rock with the Rudy Gobert 11.5 points. That's what JR is liking. What were you liking in this one or for tonight on a triple punch spot?
Yeah, I'm going to go back to college baseball. I believe that's what I had last Friday as well. I mean, I got to take it. UConn going up against Arizona, another. I'm already eyeing out the fraudulent teams that we were high on coming into the season. Probably some of these teams ranked in the top 25 have already dropped out. Arizona already 0-5 on the season, which is a little unexpected. Going up against UConn again. They just played an extra innings last night. UConn won outright, like 6-4, I believe, but they're getting 2.5 again. I think I'm gonna take it. Plus, I had Arizona money line last night. I thought they would bounce back at home, but I'm gonna take UConn to cover that 2.5 on the road again.
On the runs?
Yeah, plus 2.5 on the run line at -122. I like that. Arizona, they also have not been hitting as well. Pitching has been all right, but in college baseball, you gotta be able to hit. You know,
yeah,
you got to. These teams put up runs, so
I'm not mad at that. I'm gonna take one. It's a weird one that the odds would suggest this is safe, but technically speaking, we don't necessarily always rock with these so much. I'm going with the Tyler Hero 2+3s made, and when you look at the games he's actually played in this season, Philly, that's kind of where this play comes from because he's getting the attempts up when he does play. He doesn't obviously play all that much, but 4 for 7 in his last time out, which was January 15th, 2 for 8 in the game before that, 1 for 3, 1 for 8, 1 for 4. But getting the attempts up, he got back right going offensively once he got that minute restriction lifted from him just a bit. I expect him to get the attempts up tonight, and I expect him to knock 2 of them down with the Heat being at pretty much full health out there with the guards. Norm Powell's playing. Wiggins is going to be playing. No Davian Mitchell playing. Or actually, Davian Mitchell is going to be playing in this one.
I think that helps it. He's a guy that likes to feed the wing. So
yeah. So give me the Tyler Hero 2+3s at -192 on the triple punch parlay.
I love it. Here's something else that helps that. Last 5 games versus the Hawks. 5 of 10 from 3, 4 of 6, 4 of 8. He did go 0 of 9, but that's volume right there. You're getting 9 attempts up. You expect to hit 2, obviously. So, and then 4 of 7. So, I mean, he's had 4+3s made in 4 of the last 5 games versus Hawks. So, I love that. And
then we're taking the UConn plus 2.5. Let me just go find that. We'll get the odds here. 3-leg odds send you at plus 442.
Okay. Nice juice.
That's juice right there on the triple punch. We're going to get that posted and whatnot. We got another comment in here for you, Philly. Darrell says, thanks, guys. He also says, would you parlay Purdue basketball, Lakers, Illinois basketball, and Liverpool FC? Well, I don't personally like parlaying things that aren't on the same day, just because what do you call that? Greed?
That's a great way to call it.
Is that what that is? I don't know what you call that. I gotta probably get out of that habit. If I'm, parlaying, you parlay what you think is gonna hit, not what you like all the time. So Purdue's tonight. I think Purdue wins. Matt and Mike Rutherford think Purdue wins, but Indiana covers. Yeah. I say you take an alternate spread if you're gonna parlay, you take the Purdue money line. I do think the Lakers win tonight. as well, just because we're the home team going up against a team on a back-to-back. I like those two. Illinois, that's tomorrow, though, right? Right?
Yeah, I was actually just looking into that game, and when player props come up, I'm gonna look at Sky Clark props. Obviously, started his career that was his second stop at Illinois. But I do think Illinois look nice.
They're one of the best teams outside of that, like top 10.
Yeah, they're going on the road versus UCLA.
Money line, yeah, I like Illinois on the. Curtis just dropped out of there. What time do they start? We good? Am I good?
What start?
Like whatever's next.
It's in the Purdue. It's at 8 o'clock, so it shouldn't be starting now.
Oh, okay.
Like 7, right?
Yeah. Well, Southern Indiana High School or St. X?
St. X, but that's not till that pregame is until 6:45.
Okay. All right. Yes to Illinois, and I mean, yeah, I like. If you want to wait till Sunday, Daryl, with Liverpool on the. If you're willing to wait till Sunday, it is a 9 a.m. game. I think the odds shift. I think that they're minus 120 now. I think they go to minus 130 or minus 140 by Sunday. I mean, you could also take a cash out. Each one of those props will give you a cash out as well. So I go ahead and lay it just because I like Purdue and the Lakers tonight.
I like it too. Yeah.
I like Illinois as well. So you can really see what your parlay looks like after Saturday night. Maybe cash out for that profit and just throw a little something on the Liverpool to win. Or tap in with the ticket punchers. Tweet at us on Sunday, and we'll send you some plays to add up with that Liverpool. Great question, though. We like, we love the parlay questions on stream.
Yeah, I like that, bro.
That's going to wrap us up unless there's anything else you want to drop. Any jabs for the weekend?
Like I said, it's Sky Clark. If he's sitting in that 12.5 to 14.5 range, I'll probably take a stab at that versus Illinois. Is it Liverpool versus, was it?
Nottingham Forest.
Okay. Boom. Okay. I would say, like Roman said, I think you could take Purdue at maybe like a minus 3.5, minus 4.5 instead of laying that minus 800 to go. Because right now that 4-leg plus 268, not bad. So if you lay that 3.5, 4.5, probably get it to around that plus 350, plus 400 range. I really like that parlay as well. Well, I know Roman knows more about the soccer bet, but
yeah,
all the other 3 legs.
I like it, Daryl. I like it.
Yeah.
I would if I bet that as soon as that Illinois game ended and my parlays live and they're giving me if I put $10 on that and my cash out's $55 and they're offering me $36 or something like that on Saturday night, I'd probably just take it just to not risk because it's a 3-way money line. So if Liverpool draws, you lose. That's why the odds are minus 120 instead of like a minus 200.
Now, do they have to be winning by the 90-minute mark? Is that what that 3-way means?
No.
Or is it just okay? Full game. Okay.
3-way, it's technically yes, but it's the entirety of regulation time.
Right.
It's never 90 minutes. It's always like 98 minutes or
that extra
100 minutes or something.
Was that extra like penalty time, right?
Well, it's a regular season game, so there's not going to be any penalties or nothing like. That's why they can draw because it's just a regular season game.
Right. Okay.
And it's not going to go into added time. It's just going to go into extra time. Added time is like overtime for soccer, basically.
Gotcha.
And that's only for tournament games like World Cup, international, stuff like that, Champions League.
Right.
But that's in the Champions League knockout stages, not in the group stages where they can draw still or whatever. But I like it, Daryl. Philly Picks, great show today. Great stream today. I think we got some great punches out today as well. Let's go punch them tickets. Let's go make some money.
Yes, sir. Let's go punch those tickets, Roman.
And we'll try to get a stream out. I want to try to do we'll try to get like a quick little 15-20 minute stream out maybe Saturday or Sunday as well if we find some time. Yeah, definitely going to try to get all of our picks punched on X definitely Saturday and Sunday.
Yes, sir.
Every day picks coming.
Oh yeah.
Shout out to Daryl Turner in the chat. Shout out to Curtis Phillips. Shout out to J.R. Anderson. This has been the Ticket Punchers. We'll catch you guys next